Well, it was actually, you know, my voice. I was my voiceover, and I was really taking the piss out of you guys. Really, I knew you couldn't understand. No, Nicky, I got a beer for you.
Thanks very much.
There you go. Yeah, well, give us the champagne. Give the sophisticated people the champagne.
Yeah, the posh people.
The posh people.
And the minks have to...
And yeah, but by the way, we did miss Nicky. I do think I speak for all the girls here. We do miss the floppy hair.
No, we don't.
For how many years did you guys have that? You know,
well, see, at one point, nobody could tell the difference between myself, Keane, and Brian, because we all had the curtain-style haircut.
Nico,
but Brian was...
You're not going to go away with knock him the drink back. Can you just do it now, please?
Go on, Nicky.
Let him get rid of something.
Spill it. I will spill it, whatever. But it'll go all over me. You can buy a new one.
Voor de mensen die net inschakelen, ik zit hier inderdaad met 4 dronken Ierse gasten te praten vanavond.
In slaken?
Sorry?
In slaken? What does that mean?
I said I'm actually talking, for the people just turning in, I'm talking to 4 drunken Irish guys tonight.
Does that mean slaughtered?
Slaughtered. Okay, but tell me about some of the stars you guys work with. I mean, Mariah Carey.
We actually just did something.
What was she like? What was she like?
Mariah, fantastic, in many ways.
And you sleep with her, Keane?
I never said that, Nicky.
Oh, I just thought you insinuated that.
Fantastic in many ways. We did a duet with Diana Ross last year. And,
well, let's talk about Mariah. Why was she so fantastic? Why was she... Did you...
Well, there was 2 obvious reasons, and one was on the left and the other was on the right. But apart from that, I'm not really sure. And then Diana Ross, she was great. But we actually just did something with Lionel Richie last week, which was really cool.
Lionel Richie, good friend of my program. He was on the show a couple of months ago. I loved Lionel. I thought he was one of the nicest.
He's a lovely fella.
He was like a big star, and I was expecting him, quite honestly, because he's such a big star, to be an asshole. But he's not. He's not an asshole. He's not a diva.
No, he's really nice.
He enjoys life. He loves the fact that he is Lionel Richie and he's a lot of success and obviously probably a lot of money and all that. But he just enjoys it. He loves singing. He loves getting on stage, and you can see that every night. He's just so happy to be.
He's got an amazing spirit, you know. I mean, he's really genuine, and as he said, there's no airs or graces about him. He's really down to earth, and even though he is Lionel Richie, he's still very much, you know, a normal person in a kind of weird way.
All right, and so let's talk a little bit about you guys. I mean, Kian, you have a girl. Do you still have a girlfriend?
Oh yes, very much so.
Yeah, very much so. She's an actress, right?
She's an actress, yes, and a singer as well.
A singer as well. And any plans to get married, or?
I think. Stop it.
Yeah, is Nicky
you guys are getting me all embarrassed. Yeah, I mean,
look. We want a big party, big wedding. We want a big free bar.
I want the expensive present as well, you know, don't worry. To be honest, you know, I mean, we're very much in love. She's definitely the girl for me. I'm definitely going to marry her. But to be honest, you know, I'm 26. We've been with each other now 3.5 years, and she's 23, so another 2 or 3 years, you know. I don't think we're in any rush to get married.
But she is the love of your life.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
After me.
That's amazing. After you and Mark.
Way before you.
That's nice. And Nicky, you're actually married to the daughter of the Irish Prime Minister.
That's correct.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it?
Yep. Give me a
but that's very interesting.
He needs a champagne for this.
Don't go knocking that back. I'm enjoying this.
You need the champagne for this, because it's a...
That's so unbelievable. Wow.
You never would have noticed.
Michelle is not going to be happy.
I tell you what, stand up again.
Stand up again. I know, somebody who just...
He's got quite a bulge going on there.
Somebody who just tuned in, you know, who sort of went up to another channel, I'm not going to watch this, and came back, and now they're pissing their pants. It's terrible. Okay, but I mean that's kind of interesting. But so if you go over for dinner at your your in-laws, and do you get sometimes oh right and
sometimes they don't let me in.
Tony Blair is coming over for dinner as well.
No, we've met Tony Blair. We've actually all met Tony Blair.
Yeah. Really?
But yeah, it does. I suppose in certain situations and scenarios, we've met some through Georgina's dad. Met some amazing people. We've gone to dinner with Bill Clinton and a few different people. Without dropping names, it's been amazing, yeah.
It's fantastic. You had dinner with Bill Clinton?
Yeah, not yet. Well, I met him before the dinner, and then I didn't actually quite sit at his table, but yeah. And his wife, Hillary.
Oh, so basically you only met him for like 5 minutes?
Yeah, no, I actually have a great picture in my house of me having a good conversation with him. I thought I spoke to him for about 10 minutes.
That's fantastic. You smoke a nice cigar with him? But that's a bit interesting. Bill Clinton, I think he's
I think they're having a baby.
Who?
Bill Clinton and Hillary.
Oh, you are.
Oh, yes.
I thought Dickie and Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
You're having a baby.
We're actually having two. We're having twins, actually.
No!
It was only in the papers. That's an exclusive, a European exclusive, because it was also in the papers today back in Ireland.
Okay, back in Ireland, so this is an exclusive. So two.
Two little
gosh, that's good. Two little girls.
We don't know.
We don't know.
I'm not responsible.
I do know that when we told our manager Louis, who was Louis Walsh also, who managed Boyzone, and when I said we were having twins, he asked me if he could manage them when they were older. So that was. But he hasn't had the best luck with twins, with the Carter twins.
But it's 2007, so next year that's going to be.
June next year we're due. Actually, Georgina's auntie lives in, and her cousin lives in Holland. They live in Rotterdam.
Okay.
So Adrian, Rule, and Ryan, if you're watching, hello.
We must be so proud of drunken brother-in-law.
We also got to say hello to our Holland fan club as well. They've done a lot of hard work. The girls
Holland fan club.
To do a lot of.
Really good. You guys can check that out.
Yeah. En ik wil nog even de groeten doen aan mijn oma, aan mijn opa, aan mijn tante.
You know what, Robert? We don't get to Holland that often, and I actually forgot one person, little Sienna. Hello, Sienna. That's a little baby in the same family.
In the same family?
Yeah. So
Can I say hello to my mum as well? She's not watching.
Can we stop doing this whole fucking... And you want to play a song for them? It's like,
We'll do two songs.
You do two songs for them.
Yeah, man.
But that's going to be Sleepless Nights. Well, and we all know, of course, Mark, you came out of the closet this year.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Before we talk to Mark, that's one of the back.
Yeah, I was going to say that because my back is broken.
I'm going to stay up here.
Your back is broken. What has that got to do with him coming out? I don't know.
That's enough.
A terrible joke. Be careful. But I mean, how did that work out for you this year? Were the fans, they sort of supported you and
Fantastic.
all that?
Everybody was amazing. You know?
Yeah. And the only thing I wonder about, I'm wondering about it, because I know you guys get a lot of like panties in the mail and all that. But now you're male
You get
friends.
boxers.
Yeah, you get boxers in the mail now?
Occasionally, yeah.
Occasionally?
Tyson was in there yesterday.
And it's terrible. Guys in the supermarket fame now. But that worked out for you. That's
It
great.
worked out fantastic, you know. I mean,
Shut up.
Come on.
I think every country is slightly different in terms of how they sort of, you know, the society and culture deals with stuff like that. I mean, Holland is obviously probably very advanced compared to a lot of places, but Ireland, the UK, and everywhere else that we have fans, you know, it's nothing but positive feedback, and everyone's just really happy. Everyone says to me, you know, anytime I meet fans and stuff, you know, you just look happier, and we're happy to see that, you know. And I think that's great.
happier.
You know? He's happy. That's very good. Guys, let's talk about your music, the Love album. I mean, is it still number one in the UK?
No, it's number two this week.
Number 2 this week. Yeah. All right.
Well,
Some other band.
What's this story about Elton John really sort of, you know...
Well, the week that it was released, it was because we were in Australia when all this happened. But the week that it was released, we were against Oasis, the Beatles, and U2, and George Michael, and there was a lot of controversy over it because in the UK we get a midweek on the Tuesday to see what the sales are, and Westlife were number 1, and Oasis were number 2, and Beatles were 3, U2 were 4, and George Michael was 5, and a newspaper in the UK went crazy because they were like, you know, how can Westlife be number 1 over all these bands? And they did this whole campaign for a whole week saying, you know, stop buying Westlife album and buy Oasis or buy the Beatles in order to stop.
Which paper is this?
The Sun.
Oh, pretty big one.
Yeah. So, I mean...
So you had that working against you?
Yeah,
Every day.
well, the music section of the song.
It was so funny every day. Like, it was called Stop the Cocks and Buy the Clocks or something.
Really?
Because Oasis' album was called Stop the Clocks.
But now here's the question, the big question. So the chart came out, and who was number 1?
We got loads of free promotion.
We got a little promotion. That's true.
I mean,
all right.
I'm sure it worked against everybody, because what the journalists failed to realise was that all the Westlife fans were going out and buying 2 copies instead of 1 just to annoy them.
Well, you know, Robert, what we need to do is we need to get the album to number 1 in Holland.
Yeah! All right. That's right. It's great. The album is My Love, and I think I'm going to invite you guys over to my stage because, I mean, it's the Christmas spirit here tonight.
Yep.
And please bring us even more into that spirit with one of your songs. So please go. But
Cheers.
Lovely to have you guys on
And happy
the
Christmas
show.
to you, and happy Christmas to everybody.
Happy Christmas to you.
Cheers.
Come back next time. Westlife, ladies and gentlemen. All right, welcome.